Welcome to lesson number 38, me reading and reflecting on bits and pieces of every lesson in the wonderful book, A Course in Miracles. Welcome new viewers as well as returning ones. Well, lesson number 38. There's nothing my holiness cannot do. Your holiness reverses all the laws in the world. All the laws in the world. That's good. It is beyond every restriction of time, space, distance, and limits of any kind. So this lesson will, I'm reflecting now, take us further in to the holy mystery, so it will not be a mystery anymore, that we have got some stuff wrong in our lives. Nobody has been evil to us, and it's not a bad purpose, but this is the way the human mind works and has worked for throughout history. Does it serve us? Sometimes. And we can still have that view, but we can also, with the help from this book, grow into a new way of seeing things. So when these first two sentences in paragraph 1 in lesson number 38 says that it is beyond every restriction of time, our holiness, and we will dig into that holiness too. It says our holiness is beyond every restriction of time, every restriction of space, every restriction of distance, and limits of any kind. That is taking us into a new dimension, because what was mentioned here are the dimensions that we know and can relate to as human beings: space, distance, the 3 dimensions, depth, and what is depth, and what is broad, and what is high. And there are, of course, discussions about what could the 4th dimension be. It could be movement or change or time. It depends on if you're talking to a physicist or a quantum physicist or but this is the idea. So now we are told that it will take us beyond the dimensions we know. And I find that extremely exciting in times, and in the times we are in now, in the dimension we are in now, dimensions, because this will take us to places, or a place. So what do they mean? What do they mean? What do the text mean with holiness? It's not being grandiose or I'm more blissful than anyone, because that's the ego. We all know that. The holiness is beyond judgment, scarcity, beyond everything we know. It's the place of light and love that we can call God, the divine. It's another realm where the miracle happens, because the miracle is the reverse way of everything is actually in a more beautiful way than we see. But we can sense it when we listen to music, watch art, see somebody dance a ballet, and we feel a longing, maybe a hole in us because something is missing. I promise you it won't be missing anymore as we go into this and as we open up. The holiness that is mentioned in these lessons that is the. It is being in the that we, being to know in ourselves that we too have and can be the healing presence. That is the holiness. So I'm jumping to paragraph 3. If you are holy, so is everything God created. You are holy because all things He created are holy. And all things He created are holy because you are. Let's just take it in, not question it. I'm just taking it in. This text is actually, reading this on YouTube is actually the first time, I think, in my life when I read something and put my critical or analytical way of thinking aside, because I have been told, and I rely on these people. Eckhart Tolle is one of them, Marianne Williamson and many others, Circle of Atonement, to mention very important sources of information about this and explanation about this that I treasure very much. We're taking to a safe place here. We don't need to analyze or I'm putting my intellect on hold. It makes it more fun. So we're going to the exercises a bit now. In today's exercises, we will apply the power of your holiness to all problems, difficulties, or suffering of any kind that you happen to think of in yourself or in somebody else. There will be no distinction made. Why? Because there are no distinctions. We are all one, I take it. I'm not reading now. I'm a bit off-piste here, but this is how I understand it. I just take it in. 4th paragraph. In the 4 longer practice periods, okay, so we will have some shorter ones too, we will see here. In the 4 longer practice periods, each preferably to last a full 5 minutes, okay, so that will be 15 minutes throughout the day. Repeat the idea for today. We will come to the idea soon. Close your eyes and then search your mind for any sense of loss or unhappiness of any kind as you see it. Try to make as little distinction as possible between a situation that is difficult for you and one that is difficult for someone else. Identify the situation specifically and also the name of the person concerned. That's beautiful. Use this form in applying the idea for today. Here we go. In the situation involving, and then fill in blank, a name, in which I see myself, there's nothing that my holiness cannot do. And for another person, in the situation involving, fill in blank, in which, name of the person, sees himself or herself, there's nothing my holiness cannot do. It's like a beautiful prayer for someone and for ourselves. So let's see what will come of this. Paragraph 5. From time to time, you may want to vary this procedure and add some relevant thoughts of your own. You might like, for example, to include thoughts such as, "There's nothing my holiness cannot do, because the power of God lies in it." I'm just reading because my mind was wandering a bit here and there for my own situations of that can be trying, and other persons too. So I was a bit off, but never mind. I'm just continue reading. In the frequent shorter, paragraph 6, in the frequent shorter applications, apply the idea in its original form unless a specific problem concerning you or someone else arises or comes to mind. In that event, use the more specific form in applying the idea to it. So what is this lesson actually saying? It's guiding us to more and more to the feeling and the awareness that we are vessels of the divine, of the infinite love and light and healing realm. Power sounds a bit Star Wars, a bit small. that is what I feel. That is not small. It's beyond. It's beyond. What did it say in the beginning? It's beyond any limits. I will read paragraph 1 again because so much for me was in these two beginning sentences in this lesson. It says, "Your holiness reverses all the laws of the world." I mean, that's something to contemplate. That everybody's, yours, mine, our holiness, when we understand what that holiness is, not, I know so many chaplains and I go to church and I wear white and I have bracelets and I go to India. Not that. I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm doing it because I've been through these stages myself. Perhaps that's why I mentioned it. I hope I was not like, I'm such an holy person, but I didn't. I was a bit beside the point for a couple of years, many years ago. So when I read this, I really think it's quite a funny person traveling around and walking around. Now I'm talking like Yoda. Anyway, paragraph 1. Your holiness reverses all the laws of the world. It makes me really calm. It reverses all the laws. It is beyond every restriction of time, space, distance, and limits of any kind. These sentences tells us that we have in ourselves. It's not even out there reachable. Oh, I read this and I go there, I meditate and then I will reach it. There is nothing to reach. It's there. How about that for a statement? And these two magnificent sentences, and very clear, tell us that the dimensions that we are used to when we look around in the world, And we are orienting around in this three-dimensional world, reality, as we love to call it. I don't know if we love to call it that, but we call it that. There's more to it. There's more to it. And if I may, and I do, because it's my highly private exercise, this, reading A Course in Miracles on YouTube, I strongly believe, and there are many people in the world on the same idea, that we will be orienting ourselves in bigger dimension, a more wide dimension than we are used to, and that is not dangerous at all. It can be a bit confusing perhaps, but what will come is wonderful. So let's get used to our holiness, friends out there, because that's the reality of today and very much for tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. Holiness and another realm that we actually still are in, but maybe we are not that familiar to it yet. So with this, I thank you for listening, and I can't wait to read lesson number 39. See you soon.